Alrighty, this is the environment where the demon possessed are monitored. Okay, and he is indeed stalking inside of the grocery store as well. And the evidence of that is my shadow that's projected when I'm supposed to be on the ground. If that was even the sun that would be positioned there, which is how you know that they're creating light activity while they are in the environment, which is stalking, it's criminal, and the impossible light is all over above their heads. Okay, the entities targeting me with impossible light inside of the store in the aisles. These are relevant to stalkers that are targeting in the parking lot, meaning they know where I'm at inside of the building. This is the same thing you see inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. It's impossible light activity, relevant to what is targeting. All right, the entities engaged in what is displaying charcoal, relevant to what is poisoning the products that I purchased from the third parties that has the evidence to prosecute a RICO case, which is the prosecution of Stater Brothers is the prosecution of government. Okay, this is evidence that is long existing, by the way. The entity is engaged in what is deleting, that is accessing my social media accounts, deleting very damning evidence such as Delta Air, that's engaged in stalking all the commercial airlines, stalking, removing the description so that you can't read Delta Airlines, so that you can't see that it's at 646 West HOLT, so that you don't recognize or don't access the license plates that I'm documenting, such as 9 Nancy Larry Mary 224, who are under the fake sun, and whereas Delta Airlines is gang stalking me right here at this entrance, and doing so at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, where psychopaths are stalking. Okay, this is the pattern of conduct, and they are very much engaged in what are displaying souvenirs pursuant to criminal acts that they've committed against me, such as poisoning the products. And Stater Brothers is doing that while they're engaged in what is harassment. Okay, you have Asul. She's the overweight, long documented third party. That's she wears glasses, long wavy hair, and she's another hostile demon. Lupe, again, these demons that are stalking me and monitoring me, and they're very, very hostile, very angry, and that's because of their demons. All right, so the entities engage in that, and I'm going to prosecute the government while you're stalking me, and I'm maintaining a professional demeanor. I'm not breaking out and busting out in tears, because how are you going to end up in prison with that? The entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct, but I will prosecute you for the ongoing harms that are inherent to stalking me and then harassing me, such as being rude to me. It's not just poor customer service. It's not just a bad attitude that Lupe and Asul have. They're doing so while they're conspiring my murder, and they're hostile because I'm documenting them, stalking me. 9GKY068. I just want to be clear. Any evidence regarding any actor, such as removing the evidence of Southwest Airlines stalking me at the Arco at 6 o'clock in the evening, I want to be clear, the entity is going to be subject to federal prison. So I just want to let Julia Gu know, you are facing being locked up, period. But as the evidence that prosecutes this state, that prosecutes terrorists like Southwest, you in Ontario, California are facing federal prison. In Southwest, that is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. I just want to be clear, you need to understand that there's a clear nexus, and you are very fully established as a terrorist, and deleting one video, tampering with evidence that does not cease to exist because you are accessing my social media account, because you're both stalking obsessively, but then you're also going behind the scenes and deleting videos. That's not going to remove your prosecution, and you will be going to prison. Okay, this is the P.O.C. My videos are very much damning evidence, and it is evidence that's going to get you locked up. All right, so the entities engaging in that ongoing conduct at the same time. You're stalking like there's no consequences, but they're also, you need to know, very fearful and going behind my back, accessing my devices in the way in which I've shown you. I've described to you, in other words. While they're in relevant position, this is what they're doing, accessing accounts that don't belong to them. They belong to me, money that belongs to me, accessing my social media accounts, which is interfering with the federal case. And you have people that are going to prison for that. This is the conduct where impossible lights flying inside of the store. This is a demon, 9 Charlie Indiana Nancy 474. The type that's, by the way, attending like St. George Church while the entity's stalking by helicopter, following to the grocery store, engaging in vagina monitoring, and then going back to the St. George and praying to Mary about forgiveness. They're going straight to hell, and I'm going to prosecute them and put them in mental institutions before they reach that. This is P.O.C. They're all dead people. They're pacing in impossible light. Their shadows are appearing above their head. This is surveillance. This is P.O.C. It is currently 8:06 a.m.